Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi everybody. Great to be part of the Funding the Commons and Earth Commons Hackathon 2024. Today we'll be covering capture to hopefully assist you guys with the trust and authenticity by numbers protocol track. Um, as for me, my name is Ethan and I'm a developer in numbers. I'll be giving this workshop. Before starting, this is our agenda. So we have a lot to cover, so I'll try to be brief. We'll spend about 10 minutes introducing Capture, its purpose and what it hopes to achieve. After that, we'll spend another 10 minutes to discuss a few use cases to give you guys an idea on how Capture is currently being used and hopefully spark some ideas. In this section, we'll cover around one news media use case and a decentralized archive use case. And for the last portion and the bulk of the workshop, I'll walk you guys through Capture itself, CAM, dashboard, showcase, and the SDK. We'll finish things off with a brief Q&A before wrapping things up. I'll also be handing out some Capture promo codes for a free 3-month trial at the end of the workshop, so make sure to stick around to the end. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's dive right in. So what is Capture? Simply put, Capture is a provenance infrastructure for digital media. When I say provenance, we mean the full history of digital media. So, why do we need a provenance infrastructure and why is it so important for digital media? Well, we live in a world of digital media. Photos and videos are everywhere. It's super accessible, shareable, and easy to create, especially with generative AI now in the picture. It's super awesome for us users, but because we have something interesting to consume all the time, and with the multiple new tools we have, it's really convenient. But behind all that convenience is the difficult challenge of establishing trust and ownership. So this is where capture and numbers protocol comes in. So capture establishes the trust of ownership of digital assets in the face of a rapidly changing digital and AI landscape. So more specifically, with Capture, we're able to label AI generated content. We're able to combat false information. And more importantly, with Capture, we can uphold human intellectual property via attribution, license, and copyright. So how Capture is able to do this is another deeper conversation, but at a high level, what Capture does is it creates proofs that adhere to the latest open metadata standards. It indexes the registered files with a unique ID and then makes them queryable and commits them onto the blockchain. And this is all made possible with Numbers Protocol, which powers Capture. So what does Capture offer? So our goal is to put the provenance capabilities in the hands of a wide range of users. So Capture aims to be a cross-platform, offering a wide range of products and services. So these include from the top, Capture Eye, our display widget, our CAM, our mobile interface, dashboard, our desktop interface, and our SDK, which for developers. We'll talk about each of these in detail later, but with Capture, ultimately, you will be able to create, protect, and publish all with the backing of on-chain proofs provided by Numbers blockchain. So if you want to learn more about how these on-chain records work, I encourage you to check out the following resources. I really would like to cover each of these, but unfortunately, there isn't enough time. So I think these 3 resources here are good reads, and make sure to check it out. Okay, so before we get to the Capture walkthrough, I'd like to spend some time to showcase a few use cases of Capture to hopefully give you guys an idea of what Capture is capable of doing. So we'll first start off with the news media use case, Defiance Media. So Defiance Media, just for some background, is a broadcasting network that covers topics of decentralization, finance, and technology. So on their website, you can see their collection of curated content. So these are a bunch of videos with their own like personalities. It's sort of like commentary and news. So more importantly, and most interestingly, all the content that's on their site has on-chain provenance records to validate the integrity, and it's all done with Capture. So while having these integrity and provenance records is nice. It's not too useful to have these on-chain records when, you don't know about them or they're buried in transaction details. So that's where our display widget capture eye comes in. So if you look on the right-hand side screenshot, on each of these cards, there is a capture eye widget, which can be clicked and then expanded, and it'll display the basic provenance information. More on capture eye later. But as you can see, like this is a use case of a news media site or a media platform integrating capture eye to help uh, maintain its integrity. So if you're interested in this, feel free to check them out on this at this website. You can go ahead and peruse the collection, click on the capture eye, see how it works. Okay, so moving on to the next use case, I think where capture eye really shines is with decentralized archives. So we've actually have many use cases in this area, and however, the one that I'll be showing you guys or sharing with you guys today utilizes multiple facets of capture eye. And I think in that way, it makes it the most interesting. So for this use case, it's the 2024 election archive. So 2024 is a year of elections. We have the US one coming up, but previously we had the Indonesian one, the India one, and also in Taiwan. Um, so what makes this archive particularly interesting is that it contains photos and videos from both professional photojournalists as well as ordinary citizens. The professional photojournalists use Dashboard to upload their and create on-chain proofs for their professional grade photos, while ordinary citizens on the ground users use Capture Cam to take photos using their mobile devices that are automatically registered on chain. So you can actually see the full collection of the archives in the real-time record section. You can see in this screenshot here, the photos, and then we have a toggleable part here where you can see the professional photographers, photojournalists, and we can also see the civilian participation. So like Defiance Media, you can see that the capture eyes are also very present. You can see that you can hover, you can open it up, and then you can see the provenance information as well. So if you're interested in these, definitely check it out. We have two of the links on the screen. Go ahead and check out, take a look at the pictures and see what the professional photographers and what the localers took for the archive. Okay. So seems like I'm zooming through this pretty quickly, so that's good. We have plenty of time to go through the capture walkthrough. So finally we hit to the part of the presentation where we just capture itself. So I want to emphasize that for this track, I have it on the screen here, that we highly recommend users to utilize our capture products. The purpose of creating this provenance infrastructure is to make your life easier. So as you can see, I underlined in red, projects incorporating existing products, including Capture Dashboard, CAM, and Showcase page are highly encouraged. So for this portion of the workshop, I'll go through each of these products and cover how to use each of them and some other relevant key points. And ideally, I'll spend like 10 minutes on each of these products and services, but it could be, since we're good on time, it might spend a little bit more time. And definitely let me know if you have any questions at the end. At the end of the walkthrough. So the first item that we want to cover is Capture Cam. So Capture Cam is our mobile app, and it's available on Android and iOS. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, so it's back online. Sorry, my browser cut off. Let me see if I'm sharing the screen still. Okay, great. I'm still sharing. Okay. So as I said, Capture Cam is our mobile app, and it's available. It's cross on both Android and iOS. So anybody with a mobile device can download it. Capture Cam is designed to basically give the everyday user the ability to have a blockchain-backed ability to create blockchain-backed images and photo images and videos with just one click. So um, basically, if you have a mobile device, then you have the ability to take a photo and create an on-chain record. So to get started, just search Capture Cam, the app or Play Store, and then download to your device. All of our products and services require the creation of a capture account. So set that up. It's pretty straightforward. And you can see on the screenshot, if you have an account already, just go ahead and input your email and password to log in. And if you don't, then on the rightmost image, you can see just input basic information like username, password, and email, and you have presto, you have an account. So, okay, after that's done, we can start shooting. So Capture Cam operates like any other camera app. So we designed it to be intuitive. Basically, all you gotta do is you click the center icon and then to open the camera. Afterwards, you can take a video or shoot a photo. And then we have this on the far right, we have the preview mode. After which you can click next. And once you click next, Capture Cam will compile all the metadata and store them on chain for you. So all you got to do is take a photo and click next, and all that is done for you. Capture Cam does it all. So Capture Cam's advantage, is that the provenance records are generated at the moment of creation. So when you think about it, it's there's no space for any manipulation or alterations. The moment you take the photo and you click next, it's the asset is registered and the on-chain records are created just right there at the spot. And from an authenticity standpoint, we believe that images and videos that are created with Capture Cam have the highest level of authenticity or integrity. So now that you take the photo, what can you do with it? So like basically you can view the details. So you can, if we go to the first screenshot over here, you can click on the leftmost tab and you'll see like a summary of all your photos and videos that you've created with Capture Cam. And you can click into them and you can view something we call the details. So you can see the photo and you can see the attribution information. So you can see here that it's owned by this creator called ewas123, and it was created by ewas123. And then under that, we have the full details. So these details are information that is stored on chain. So we have like the location, the timestamp, and then we have the NID, which is the unique ID that we use to index the files to make them searchable on blockchain. We have the hash, we have the MIME type, signature, and then some other device-related information. So these information is kind of like it kind of gives like the it helps to capture the context of the creation. So you can see like things like the location, the date, and also like maybe like the state of your phone, whatever. So these kind of give context to how this creation, this photo or image was created. So Capture Cam also has some other cool functions as well. So like if you explore a little bit further, the cam uh it lends itself for other like cool functions such as minting of NFTs. So I know NFTs aren't hot right now, but this is also a cool feature that exists within Capture Cam. And you can access this by, going to the top bar, clicking the three dot icon, and then navigating to something called network actions. And the network actions include, there are a bunch of them here. So, you can mint and share, you can, gift to capture. There's multiple different types of actions available. So I think, the best way to experience Capture App is to use it. So yeah, go ahead and just take some time to explore on your own. Yeah, in your own free time. So okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. So the next one is Capture Dashboard. So you can navigate to Capture Dashboard with the link on the screen here. So dashboard.captureapp.xyz. As I mentioned before, Capture Dashboard is our desktop application. It was created as sort of the Google Drive for Capture, and it gives those who created media outside of CAM, such as, professional photographers or photojournalists or, any creator who takes a photo outside of their mobile device with a DSLR, et cetera, the ability to generate provenance with capture via the upload. So um, as I mentioned, with everything in the capture, of our capture products, in order to use it, you need to create an account. If you don't, you just go ahead and log. If you have an account already, just go ahead and input your email and password and just log in. If you don't, same as Capture Cam, just fill in the basic information and create an account. Okay, so once that's done, logging in, you'll be able to see, this is what Capture Dashboard looks like. So you can see this dashboard here. On the left-hand side, we have some actions that we can do. We have the upload, and then we have the dashboard tab. Here on the screen here, you see the home tab, which is the dashboard tab. It has, basic summary of like recently uploaded assets that you've created. You also have some folders that you have verified, collected, on sale. So dashboard kind of operates as, a place to manage your assets, and also to create them via the upload. So I think the most useful and important you know function for you guys is probably upload function. So um, dashboards supports two different types of uploads. So we have the single file uploader and the multi-file uploader, and each of these has their own merits. With either option, if your media has any, metadata embedded inside of it already, then dashboard will automatically parse that and then uh the on-chain records will reflect. So for example, like if I had a photo that already had geolocation data on it, or it has some other um attribution information on it, then dashboard will be able to parse the file and record that onto the blockchain. So, moving forward, let me talk about the advantages and disadvantages of either one of these upload functions. So, with single file upload, you can go through as the name suggests, like you upload one file, and what happens after you upload files is that you're met with this form. So the main advantage for single file upload is that you're able to go through all the provenance fields and customize them to your liking. You can If your file has metadata already embedded inside of it, then you can check to see that it's been parsed correctly, and you can review them before the actual registration itself. So when you upload a file, and then it becomes this right-hand screenshot here with the preview image and a few form fields. Okay, so um, let's go through each of these form fields. So you have a section for the headline and a caption, and you have a creation time. You can also set the location, choose a tag, and on the right-hand side, these options are kind of interesting. So I'll kind of go a little bit into more details about them. We have a generated by field. So this is for AI generated creations. So here you can define what model you used, Midjourney, DALL-E, etc. Or you can define this as no AI whatsoever. So you can do that as well. And then the next section is probably interesting for creators is you can define your license. So you either can select from a list of licenses that we provide for you, or if you have your own license, you can input via the custom license option. So and underneath this, you can define yourself as the original creator. So there are scenarios where, in most scenarios, you're uploading photos and videos or files that you generated yourself, but there may be some edge case scenarios where maybe you're uploading it for a friend who doesn't have the account, or or a family member, and you want to give them attribution. So in that case, in that scenario, you can toggle this off and then enter in their name. And then the final two fields allow AI training and mint NFT and start selling the license. So um, an interesting thing about our on-chain records is that we can define whether or not we allow certain uh, assets that are registered to be to give AI training models permissions to train on them. So if you toggle this off, you're not giving your consent, and if you toggle this on, then you are. And the final option is self-explanatory. You can toggle this on to um, uh, add NFT minting on top of the registration. And you can choose to, just sell it in our own dedicated marketplace, or just sell it on your own. Okay. So that was a lot, but yeah, the main benefit, as I mentioned, is that you can, customize these fields. You can check to see everything's okay. and you can make adjustments. But obviously, the downside with single file upload is that you can only upload one at a time, and it's like much slower. Okay, so thankfully, we also have the multi-upload option. So it's a more streamlined flow. It allows you to upload multiple files. And before uploading, you can have like a little summary view. So if I open if I uploaded three files, then I'll see three files in my summary. And if I don't really care about adjusting the provenance parameters, then or if I'm confident that the parsed information is correct, then I could just go ahead and click confirm and have the registration go. We also allow users to click into specific files to adjust the provenance information, just like in single file upload. So if I click on this asset here in the summary view, then you're met with the same exact form, and you can adjust the values accordingly. Files that are adjusted with provenance information, they'll be indicated with the edited tag. And as I mentioned, once everything is good, then you can just go ahead and click confirm and proceed with the registration. So how this works in dashboard is that pending files will first appear in the drafts folder before ultimately appearing in the verified folder when the registration is complete. So here on the left-hand side in screenshot, you can see that files pending, it's in the draft folder, and then when it's done, it appears in our verified folder. Okay, so now that it's registered, like we want to confirm that the details are correct. So we can view the details by navigating to the verified folder, clicking on the asset card, and we're met with this details view. So here on dashboard, you can view the details. You have the photo on the left, and we have the information on the right. So here we have a copyright section. We have a provenance area with the NID, the creator, the registration time, and then we also have the source of the registration. So we can it indicates that this was a dashboard upload. We have the geolocation, and we have some other information as well. So alternatively, so this isn't isolated to just a dashboard. So this page is actually also shareable. So if you click on the share icon over here, then you're able to generate this link here, which if you navigate to this page, it'll show the following page right here, which is basically a carbon copy of the asset details page, but in a dedicated link. So yeah, and before going on, I think I like to spend some time to cover how the inputs and dashboard reflect on chain. So far I've been just talking about how these provenance records exist, but I think it'd be good to show you guys actually more in detail. So here on the screen, you can see a screenshot of of the previous asset. So this photo here that was registered. This is the transaction details for that one asset. Here you can see that as I mentioned before earlier in the presentation, every asset that's registered with capture has an asset NID. So this is our unique ID, and this ID is what we use to query its records. And so if we have just with this NID, we can find the photo on decentralized storage, and we can also grab grab the transaction, and we can also grab its on-chain provenance. So on the lower half of this screenshot, you can see the raw input, and in here you can see the NID once again with some other relevant information. So here you can see here we have an asset tree CID. So this asset tree is where all the detailed provenance information lies. So if we navigate to this link, then we have a full summary of all the provenance information on the right-hand side. And I wanted to do kind of like a side-by-side to see how like whatever I input in the form appears on chain. And so here you can see like, the headline I set to, Nandrong, Taiwan. And then here you can see that on the right-hand side on chain, it also has that information. The caption, the abstract is the same. And then here, October 30th, 2024, this translates to the Unix time of whatever you see on the screen. Okay. So if we go down further, you can see that I also defined this as a non-AI because I took this photo myself. And I also selected this capture license, online offline version 1.0. So here you can see in the license section that we have, the license name and we have the supporting documentation here. And under generated by, we have clearly indicated no AI generation. And finally, here, see, I toggled myself on. So, I'm the original owner, and spoiler, Swill 1993 is me. And also, I toggled off allow AI training. So here under mining preference, you'll see not allowed. So that was just a quick run through, but the records are indeed on chain. You don't need to take my word for it, and you can check out the records on chain yourself. And if you guys want to, if you're interested in that and you want to take a closer look and see like all the values, then I would links to the transaction is on the screen as well as the on-chain provenance record. So just feel free to take a look, and if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to us and we'll do our best to answer those questions. Okay, so at this point, I think something you may be asking, like I registered a bunch of media and they have provenance. That's awesome. That's cool. But like, what can I do with it? Like how can I easily share them? So that's where uh don't worry about it because we also thought about that, because as like I mentioned earlier, we want to cover all the bases. We want to make this really user friendly. We want to give every type of user the options. So we've created something called the showcase page. So here you can see a GIF and it kind of scrolls here. It's accessible to anybody via the dashboard. So it's just like a dedicated page that showcases your creations, your creations created with Capture. And um, you can all you got to do is go to dashboard, navigate to the showcase tab, and then do some customization, and then you have this page. It's also important to note. So here I'll go to the next page. So here you have here's dashboard. We can navigate to the showcase tab, and then you can fill out this form, and then make the page public, and then click view, and then presto, you have the page. So I think it's important to note that yeah, and you can generate this link by the link by clicking view page. And if you're interested in how this appears, you want to take a look at it yourself and kind of explore it yourself. You can go ahead and just navigate to the URL that's on this slide. Um, I think it's important to note that I'll go back to this GIF here. That all showcase pages also have Capture Eye automatically integrated with it. So here you can see here. Um, that's one of the conveniences that we provide for you guys that not only do you have a, nice responsive page um, to showcase your verified creations, we also give the users the ability, your prospective viewers the ability to view the on-chain provenance and via the Capture Eye. Okay, and for those of you who have like your own sites and maybe don't want to use the, the showcase page, you can actually embed this the showcase page into your application via an iframe. So you can just by pasting this link, you can embed it into your application as an iframe. There are some limited customization options. So you can pass in a UR parameter iframe equals yes to your URL to remove the top banner and just have this section here. So I think the next slide shows that. No, so it'll just show up like what you see here. So yeah, um, another picture of what it looks like with the the asset card with the capture eye. Okay, so I mentioned Capture Eye bunch, and for good reason. Capture Eye is a really important part of the capture infrastructure, the provenance infrastructure. So in our perspective, Capture Guy gives creators like yourself or developers like yourself the flexibility to share the provenance records in non-capture related products. So like I mentioned in our use cases in Defiance Media, the showcase page, also in the archives. With Capture Eye, showcase the provenance records easily with just this display widget. Capture Eye is really customizable. So as you can see on the screen, the summary here, there are, you can customize this the center section, the provenance zone, and the action button is customizable, and also the engagement zone can also be adjusted to your liking. Um, okay, so adding Capture Eye to your site is actually pretty straightforward. It's we don't want to make it difficult for you guys to add it to your sites. So all you have to do is import it into your project, and then just add the Capture Eye tag, and you'll have what you'll get is this what you end up getting is this little asset card with the eye itself with these Capture Eye tags. So okay. So it's important to note that for Capture Eye to display properly, you'll need to register the files first with either Capture Cam or Dashboard, or the API. In order, you need to register it first, and then once you register, then you can get your NID, and then after that, you just plug in the NID into the NID field, and the Capture Eye will display the information that you need. Okay. I've included some more details on how like Capture Eye works. So here we have the documentation, and then here we have the GitHub page as well. And then we also have here like an interactive playground. So you can go ahead and play around with it yourself in this playground, and before you integrate it into your site. Okay, so for developers out there, who we also have our SDK. So I've included the documentation here. It's and like I mentioned, like everything in Capture requires a Capture account. So before you're able to use um, the SDK to use some API functions like register or view assets or something, you'll need to create a Capture account and also have something called the Capture authorization token. So um, because these prerequisites are important for you guys, I'll walk you guys through on how to get that. So creating a capture account is pretty straightforward. You can either go to Capture Cam to create an account or Capture Dashboard. As I mentioned before, you just put the information in and then create an account. After that, you can navigate to get the authorization token. Uh, you can log into Capture Dashboard, and you can click on the My Accounts option over here, and then navigate to Overview and scroll down, and then you have the Capture authorization token. So once you have your authorization token, you stick it into the header and you should be able to do whatever you have to do. So yeah, I think that concludes the workshop. I think I zoomed through this pretty quickly, but yeah, so um to help you guys to get started, like I mentioned before, like at the end of the workshop portion, we'll be sharing kind of like a promo code. So here's the promo code on the screen. I'll leave it up here for you guys to get it. Basically with this promo code, you can you enter in while you register, and you get a three-month trial of Capture. So that gives you ample amount of credits to be able to do the registration, and play around with the other different functions. So I'm gonna leave this on the screen for a little bit, and afterwards we can probably enter a Q&A session before concluding. So maybe I'll leave this up here for maybe one more minute, and then we can dive straight into the Q&A.
Thank you, Ethan. I saw there was one question from Louis, but I think that if he already answered, I'm not sure if you want to add anything to that. Louis
Okay.
asked, do you see capture cam being used for impact evaluation, for example, when following up with reforestation efforts?
Um, let's see. Yeah, so I think yeah, Capture Cam is at its bare bones is a very straightforward application, right? Where it doesn't have like a specific like use case. Like we give the users so the ability like if there's a use case for people to that requires them to have like some provenance or some evidence that they need to like store on chain and make immutable, then you can use capture cam for that function. Sherry, she's a member of our team, like she answered the question. Yeah, so we capture cam has been used previously in farm evaluation and management, so that's one interesting use case for capture cam as well. And like other things like like for example, like if you get in a car accident and then you need to like document like for example like the damages done, like you can even use capture cam for that as well. So it capture cam doesn't really, it just generally speaking is a blockchain camera cam, and it's kind of like up to the users and their imagination and their innovation to use it however they need to use it.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I'm not sure if there are any other questions, but I would like to ask as well. What would you like to see built during the hackathon? Is there maybe something that a solution that you find intriguing and would like to encourage builders to explore?
Yeah, sure. So, as I mentioned before, I think that we kept the prompt to be pretty open-ended on purpose. We don't want to pigeonhole like developers or limit the creativity of the people participating in this hackathon. Like I think Numbers Protocol, we participated in a number of these hackathons in the past, and we know that a lot of cool things can be created from them. So I think we kept it kind of open-ended on purpose. And I think like capture uh in general is like a very flexible tool, and we just hope that the developers and the creators can create something interesting. Like I can see a situation where like maybe like a game can be created from it, or maybe like an app for that encourages more like some like community journalism or something like that, or just anything. So I think the team is pretty open-minded, and yeah, we're excited to see what the developers can create.
Awesome. Thank you. And lastly, is there maybe like a link you'd like to share or share how people can get in touch with you?
Oh, right. Yeah, that'd be should have included that in the slides. I think we have a Telegram, and we have a Discord. We also have a Twitter. So I think we're pretty active in all those platforms. Well, I think maybe can Sherry share the links in the description, because I don't have them in the slides. But yeah, like we're if you also, we also respond to emails. So like earlier, like in the week, we received some emails from like email from a developer trying to develop with our SDK. So we also respond to that as well. I think our developer team is pretty responsive. Okay, yeah, thanks, Stefan. So yeah, so we have our socials. Maybe if I can also share our like our website. Give me 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, so you can navigate to these websites as well, and then probably find some of the information on how to reach us there as well. But yeah, like definitely if you have any questions or comments or any feedback regarding, anything capture related, definitely shoot us a message. You'll probably hear from me, so I'll probably respond to you guys. And also actually I'll also share this as well. This link here. So here, if you have any issues or any need for support for anything capture related, you can also leave a message over here. Like we're we're very active, and yeah, we'd love to talk to you guys. Yep.
Perfect. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you for sharing the links as well. Yeah, I think we can wrap up here and also encourage anyone that has any further questions, watching the recording to reach out to you.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much.